Great. Thank you so much for that. A really important part, as I said, of the ongoing commitment to excellence of those who put together ABA's event every year. That's a wrap from me, but before we depart, I'm going to invite the ABA CEO, Anna Bligh, to the stage to say a few words and formally close the conference. Anna, the stage is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Adam, for another terrific job of emceeing our event. It's been terrific to have you here, I think now 3 years in a row, and you did a terrific job for the 2025 conference. Thank you all for a very energising 2 days. There's been, I think, some very clear lines that have been people have been aligning around in every session. I think one, disruption is now the norm and it's here to stay, and we'd all better get used to it. And I think for every conversation there was a shared conviction that the future prosperity of the country rests on building productivity, and that banks have a really central role to play in that. I think I, for one, was delighted to hear John Lonsdale this morning outline 4 commitments from APRA that go to building a more competitive industry, particularly the commitment to introduce a 3-tiered prudential system and a faster and clearer pathway for banks who are standardised banks to become IRB banks. This is all very technical, but what it actually means for customers, hopefully, is a more competitive industry where smaller and mid-tier banks can fight a little bit harder on a more level playing field, and that's always a good thing for customers. I do want to acknowledge those people here representing smaller and mid-tier banks. This has been an issue we have been talking to APRA about, those 2 initiatives, I think for about 4 years. So it landed. Well done, everybody. I think it was also very affirming for the industry to hear Joe Longo say, in an environment where public trust in AI is in decline, that he thinks the banking sector is probably better equipped in terms of its reach, its capability and its resources than any other sector of the economy to turn that around and to instill more trust in people about how AI can make their lives and their experiences better. So I think that's a sign of faith from the chair of ASIC and a bit of a challenge to the industry to go out and do more to make that happen. We heard a very clear consensus on the need to update a 20-year-old legal framework around the payment system, and I was very, very pleased to hear the Treasurer say that he would be hoping to introduce the payments sector reform bill in this current sitting of Parliament. So we'll be watching very keenly to see if that makes its way onto the table next week. I wanted really just to quickly say to all of you, and I know that some people have had to go and people from interstate have had planes to catch, thank you for your engagement over the last 2 days, for your participation in the sessions, for the sessions yesterday afternoon, for those of you who raised your hand and asked questions. Conferences are only as good as audience participation, and you've been a great conference audience, and I really appreciate it. This will be my last ABA annual conference. It's my last as CEO of the ABA. Who knows, I might be back next year just for the fun of it. But I did want to there's a lot of people in the room, both from member banks and from some of our associate member organisations that I've worked with very closely over a number of years, and I just want to say thank you for all the support. Don't want to do that. More than the support, really, your willingness over a really critical 8 years to embrace change, to be prepared to do something different, to acknowledge the need to reform and to lean into it. They've been some really tough years, and there's some people in this room who were right there at every point that it mattered. So thank you. I know you'll do the same for Simon Birmingham when he comes in. And I wish you all the very best of luck and success for yourselves, your organisations, and for the industry as a whole. And for those of you who were here at the dinner last night, I'm going with a glitter portrait, so thank you.